Hi, my name's Steve Large, and I want to talk a little bit about energy and forgiveness. So, we are all energy. Everyone is energy. We're all at different levels of consciousness. This is what separates us on the path. So some of us are more awake and enlightened, which means we understand ourselves, we understand our energy, and we understand that we're more than the physical body and we're more than the ego and the mind. Some are further back on the path and they believe they are their body, and they believe they are their mind, and they believe they are their ego. Now, without people who were ego-based, we wouldn't learn lessons. We need the diversity of everyone. If we were all just the same and enlightened, there would be no point being here because we wouldn't learn anything. So we need to meet people who are less conscious than ourselves, because they will help raise our consciousness. So we are sent people and experiences when we need them and when we're ready. If you look at every situation you've ever been through, you've got through it because you're here now listening to this. So it was for you at the right time. You were ready for it. These lessons will keep coming back to us until we get past them. So we need to learn from them. The sooner we learn from them and accept them, the quicker we move past them. So what we need to do is, when these lessons come in the form of a person, and this person has got these traits and behaviours of an egotist or a narcissist, these are just behaviours. This is not the person. The person is just energy. When you act low frequency, you attract low energy. So these people then end up consumed. So they just, the core is love and light. But now they're attached to the mind, they're attached to the thoughts, and this also attracts negative energy. You start vibrating at a lower frequency and they attract negative energy. They see you and it's like they see you vibrating. If they're ready to grow, because you're a lesson to them as well, if they're ready to grow, you will shine and they will grow from you. So you can help them, and if they're not ready to grow, then they'll attack you. They'll want to make your energy resonate at the same speed as theirs, because then they feel better. They don't know why they're doing this. It's just the way it works. So with this, with forgiveness of people who do us wrong, if someone does something wrong to us and we hold on to it, we're holding on to some of that energy. So we're now vibrating at a lower frequency because it's in our mind. We're like, they've done this, they've done that. We're identifying with what their treatment has done to us. So now we're lower frequency. And then you might start bitching and moaning about it and going, oh yeah, they've done that and they've done this and I deserve something because I've had it tough. You start vibrating at a lower frequency and then you start attracting lower frequency. You start attracting negativity. So you're going down that path. Do you see how it happens? This is why we forgive. We don't forgive to let people walk all over us. We don't forgive because we're weak and we're foolish. We forgive because that keeps us vibrating high. And that's what it's about. It's not about what your mind tells you it's about. It's not about you've done this, you've done that. If you don't like the situation and you can't accept it, try and change it. And if you can't change it, move yourself away from it as fast as possible. If you stay in a negative situation, that's a choice. If you're in a negative situation and you can't get out, you need to make it as best you can, but you need to look for a way out. There's always a way out. Now, this is why forgiveness is important, because we don't want to start lowering our frequency. And I've gone through a process myself where I'm ticking off things now and just, I'm strong enough and I'm ready and I'm moving forward at such a speed and I'm waking up faster and faster where I'm just forgiven. I understand the importance of forgiving now. I don't need to hang on to anything from the past. I don't need to be sitting there going, yeah, but they did that. And 30 years later still be going, yeah, but I never forgive them. It doesn't serve any purpose. The only person that's hurting is you. You're holding on to it. The chances are, if someone's been an arsehole to you, or their behaviour's been like an arsehole to you, do you think you being angry is going to bother them? No, they're not going to care. That's why they did it in the first place, because they don't care. So you being infuriated and hanging on to it, is that hurting them who doesn't care because they did it? Or is that hurting you? And then you've got that little bit of negativity energy, and you're vibrating at a slower, lower vibration. And then that affects your being with your family, your loved ones, your friends. If you've had it in a past and you've been with someone that's low frequency, low energy in a relationship, and they portray narcissistic traits and behaviour patterns, you take that into your next relationship. So you're carrying it with you. So it's already happened. So move away as quick as you can, accept it happened, look at the lesson, understand it wasn't personal, it's not the person, it's just about energy. And let it go. Understand it and let it go. Don't carry it around, it's not personal. It's a lesson or an experience. You can walk into your next relationship going, you know what, that last relationship sucked. I can see now from this and this, I can see narcissistic behaviour, I can see low frequency. I'm not going to get involved in future. What you don't do is you don't hold on to it. You let it go, you release it and start shining again. We don't need to keep carrying all this negative energy from past experiences. We live today. It's not that day anymore, that day's gone. So what we need to do is let it go and forgive. Not for them, not for anything. Just because you need to, for you, for your family, for your future. You can't keep holding on to negativity from the past. Let it go. It's like a Klingon. It's hanging on to you. Until you let it go, it's going to be hanging on to you. You're not going to move past it until you let it go. Accept you may have made mistakes. Accept you've stayed too long, or accept you should have seen it coming. Accept whatever you need to accept to let it go and move on. They might be lost, and they might be all the names you can think of. The behaviour has indicated that. But believe me, these people like that are low frequency. They're not bad. They're lost in the mind and they're suffering. That doesn't mean we accept their behaviour. I stress this all the time. We're not punching bags. We are stronger than that. No one walks all over us. We don't have it. But that doesn't mean we start calling names, because that doesn't help anything, and that makes us somebody we're not. Because we forgive and we shine. We learn our lessons and we move on, and we grow, and we learn our lessons and we move on and we grow again. That's what we do. We keep getting up and we keep moving forward. We don't identify with the way someone's treated us. It's just behaviour. It's not personal. I know it hurts, and I know it's annoying, and your mind latches onto it and it can think of all the reasons not to let it go. He did this, she said that, they done this and they done that, and they caused me suffering and blah blah blah. Is it helping you to hold on to it and keep suffering? What purpose does it serve? Learn the lesson. That's all you need to do. Take the lesson from it. Don't make the same mistake twice. Learn the lesson and grow. Holding on to it every single day to the day you die is not going to change what happened. It's not going to make you feel any better, and it's not going to affect them. The only way we move on is we shine and we accept. This is important. Like I've said, it's all just energy. We are all energy. The body and the mind and then the character are all built on top of the energy. At our core, we are all love and light. Some of us are more out of our mind. Not in the same way, even though we do get called it. But yeah, some of us are more out of our mind and more conscious. The more out of your mind you come, the less it's about you and the more it's about the collective, and you start seeing energy, you feel the energy, you see the bigger picture. Everything around you starts fading away. You just see through it. The more into your mind you go, that's where all your conditioning is. This is where you start believing, and your patriotism and your other conditioning. I am a this, I'm a that, and you're a this and you're a that. All your separation and all your groups and all your fractions are all done in your mind. People who are in the mind have got a lot of suffering. But that's about them. They're on their path, we're on our path. Our paths cross. Sometimes you meet someone and you fall in love, and it might only last 2-3 weeks, 2-3 years. But what you do is you enjoy that time together on the path. Sometimes you'll meet someone and they're mean and moody, and that's their behaviour. It's not them, it's their behaviour and where they are on a conscious level. And all the negative energy that maybe are stuck to them. And they might only be there briefly. Everything comes and goes. The only solid in your life is you, internally you. Look back into who you are and know it's always been you. Or it always will be you. Whether you're in this body and in this mind, it's always you. You will never die. Your body will wither away and age. Everything around us is fluid. Our internal us, the real true us, is solid. So see things come, see things go. Don't hold on. Let it go. Enjoy it. That's what we're here for. We're not here to hang on to everything and feel loss. Anyway, hope you all have a great evening, and I hope that's been of some help. It's not about name calling. It's not about being mean to other people. It's not about justification and being right or wrong. It's about love. It's about kindness. It's about understanding and acceptance. It's about growth. It's about shining. It's about being a leading light and making the world the place we want it to be for us and our children. That's what it's about. That's what's important. And we need to remember that. You can all do it. You have all got it. Things are changing. Things are happening. And we know it. Keep the faith. Love and light. Thank you.